First, thank y'all for being here. We get started, I guess, 2 weeks from Thursday this spring, which is always the exciting time of golf because this is the championship semester. You know, we play year-round. The fall season is part of the entire season, but the spring has the SEC and the NCAA championship, so it has a little bit more of a urgency to it. So we look forward to getting started again at Puerto Rico, which sorry for us for have to go down there, but I'm in charge of scheduling, so which is good. No, we've been there every year for about 8 or 9 years. It's a great way to get started. We actually work very hard while we're there. It's about 85 degrees every day, and that gives us a good 4 days of work that you might not get, you know, in the winter, even in Tuscaloosa. So we're excited about that. It's a new year. It's a new time. I'm excited about my leadership here that's beside me with Tom, a junior, Tom Lovelady, and Robby Shelton, who both played on the team last year on the 2014 NCAA championship. That will be the only things that resemble that team. We will start 3 new guys basically at 3, 4, and 5, which makes it an unknown. We'll be a little bit different, meaning we won't be maybe the media darling out there or the team to beat in a lot of people's predictions or anything like that, which will be a different change, but I think a good one. We've carried a bullseye for almost 4 years now, and it can get a little heavy. It's not a bad thing, but we look forward to being kind of the team under the radar and believe in the guys that we have on our team, and look forward to these next 2 weeks to find out how we're going to shape out the lineup. It's still very wide open. We've had some things where a guy's left and a guy's injured, so we're going to play some guys really at the back end of our lineup, which I'm excited about. It gives a guy a chance to play and see what they got. And sometimes you find some great players, you know, right from underneath you that you didn't even really know about. So we'll find that out in a couple weeks. And like I said, we'll rely on our 2 All-Americans here and excited about that. And I'll let them tell you some other things maybe besides that.
I'll start with Tom. Just kind of talk about your thoughts about the upcoming season.
Yeah, I know that we're excited. I know, like Coach said, we're kind of team that's, I guess, under the radar. And I think I kind of like that a little more because nobody really talks about us. Which is good, so that we can surprise everybody, and you know they don't think that we can do what we think we can do. So it'll be fun to kind of prove everybody wrong, I guess, and just keep working hard. And if we keep doing what we're doing, then it should be a fun and very interesting season.
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's a whole new team. We lost 3 good seniors last year. And it's going to be neat to see the semester play out. We had a really good fall season, I thought, with the new team, and I mean it's just going to be really cool to see how this semester plays out.
Thanks, guys. We'll go ahead and take some questions for either coach or either golf.
For Coach and for Tom on a team with, I guess, no seniors, do you have to be a senior, so to speak, and a leader, and Coach, where do you look for that?
Well, it's different. This is a weird feeling for me for being the oldest guy on the team, because I've been, I mean, obviously one of the younger ones the past 3 years. So it's a different role, but it's not so bad. It's actually kind of fun having, you know, everybody knowing what I've been through and helping them go through kind of the things that I went through, and I love it, and I wouldn't change anything for the world.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, it's what we do in recruiting, and when we talk to these great young guys, you know, Robby last year and Tom basically just got to kind of play college golf. They didn't really have to be a leader. They had great leaders in front of them, and they got to learn from them. And when we talked to them, though, their time will come, and their time is now. And Tom, I'm really excited for what he's learned, why he's here. The 3 years that he's been here so far have been great. The things he learned in the championships, and it's now his time to be a leader. And I believe in that. I believe in leadership on a team. I think if the leadership comes, you know, from me, that's okay. If it comes within the team, that's great. And I think a team is driven by its players, and I'm really excited to see how. You know, we've already had a semester together doing that, and they've done Tom especially has done a great job of being a leader.
being the returning champion, assuming you're going to be that again, but was it tough, the pressure?
Yeah, it was fun though at the same time, it was. And I think it eventually, you don't know it till you live it. I don't think but maybe 3 or 4 teams have ever, back to back in the history during the modern era. And so it does weigh, and I think it finally got caught up to us, in the middle of the spring semester. You could feel the pressure and that how we handled adversity a little bit kind of went away the way we were doing it. And so I think it was actually a good thing because it eventually kind of got our feet back on the ground and slapped in the face. But it is a very big burden to carry. I think y'all have seen how football has had to carry that for a while, and it becomes an anchor. And so it's nice to be kind of the one coming from the, I call it, the lion that's protecting the pride eventually is going to lose. There's lions coming from the woods all the times, and we get to be the hunter this time instead of the hunted. And so it'll be a nice switch up, and look forward to seeing what happens.
You talk about football. I know Nick Saban was talking about how you guys would talk about motivational stuff. Can you describe what those talks are like?
Yeah, well, he's just a good friend, and I tell you, what a resource to have somebody just right down across the street from me, I guess. To be able to ask some questions, and his willingness to answer them gives you an idea who he is. And so we've just talked and how you build a team and how you handle these situations. And I've had many conversations as we were building it. He had already built it, and so now that we had built it, those things that he had to go through maybe a couple of years ago. So he's been a great source for me, and I'm very thankful for a lot of the words of wisdom he's given.
Did he ask for help with his golf game?
Yes, and I tend to be busy. I'm kidding. No, yeah, he wants to be good without practicing. So there you go. So, but we have a good relationship. I'm on a performance base. If he hits it good, I'm his friend. If not, I'm about to get fired. I kid.
For all three, is the championship format, is that a little too much? That's a lot of golf and a lot of straight days. Is that crowning the best team champion, or is that coaching?
You want me to go first? It is a lot of golf, and I'll let the boys talk about that. Now we have a 36-hole day put in there also. So I have it. I think we play 8 or 9 rounds in 7 or 8 days. I know we play more golf than days, and more than a week. We've done that the last couple of years, and so I do think it's a lot on the guys. It does fit. We got on TV for the first time last year since Tiger was at Stanford. We were on the Golf Channel, and they did a great job, an amazing job. And so I guess as a coach, we have 2 alternatives. We can try to make it less golf and not TV, or more golf and be on TV. And I think it's great for the guys because I think Robby and Tom and then the guys from last year, I think America got to see what college golf was about. I think they became stars, and the 3 guys that aren't here reaped a lot of reward because of that. And so I think it's kind of a give or take. Personally, 9 days without sleeping is a lot because of just nerves, whatever. But I know the boys have to do a lot more physically, and so you have to really prepare that way, and how the week goes. But I'll let them talk about maybe the week because it is a lot of golf.
Yeah, I think it is a lot of golf. 7 days straight of pure golf every day. It's a grueling match, I guess, but it brings out the best team in the world, and I think, to have that much golf, you have to bring out the best team. So I think it helps out a lot. It's a lot of golf, but it definitely helps us out.
Yeah, obviously it is a lot, but I loved it last year. I remember, I think we got at least one round rained out last year, so it was a little bit less, but it was so fun last year just because of the guys that we were with. It was golf, but it was more fun than golf just because, we joked and we got our mind off of golf when we needed to relax, and when we needed to focus, we focused. And I think that we'll kind of have to find that this year, but it is a lot, but it's definitely worth it.
If you win, for sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel prepared then for a week like that? How do you prepare the guys throughout the season?
Well, we do a lot in the strength and conditioning part of that. A lot of this is mental, in the mental strain and the things that we do. And so it really starts, everything we do builds to that, from the weight room and how we practice and the days off, and because we have to prepare for it now to be ready for it. If we start then, so everything we do, the whole schedule we put together, how we play, what tournaments we go to, how we practice, and how we give days off, and how we, even coach on days off. We ask our players on days off to do certain things, and so that they learn to rest. They learn to do to shut their minds down a little bit, because if you're not careful, but golf is a game. When they leave here, guys, we have a lot of guys out there now, and they're out there playing 4 and 5 straight weeks, and so we have a little bit of help from those guys too, and so it's been great that. But I would really say it starts in the weight room. Coach Colburn does a great job with that, getting our guys mentally and physically ready for the long grinds.
Coach, with the success that y'all had, and also the ladies too, can you build support and awareness growing on campus and in the community about Alabama golf?
Yeah, that's been really fun. To go, we're still an obscure sport. It's golf. I understand that, but these guys are recognizable athletes now, and I think that's great. And I think the way they've done it, and we had I know that Mick also, we had the SEC Student Athlete of the Year. Not only did we win, we had the best student athlete in all the conference, and so to continue to do it with that kind of quality people and what that brings to our university, it's fun to see these guys recognized as a coach. I'm a proud dad on that, I guess, sometimes as you look at them, and so yeah, golf is now a major sport here at the university, which is great.
Stu, is Alabama becoming a golf factory?
We still have a heartbeat. We still have heartbeat and blood, and we're going to make some bogeys and mess up and do those types of things, and which I think makes us better. But that's part of the weight you have to carry. Just show up and win, and that's not ever the case. And so, but it is nice to be talked about. You guys to ask questions and to write stuff and to show stuff on TV I'm very thankful for that, because when we first got here, that kind of wasn't maybe a large case.
Let's do just keep on schedule 1 or 2 more questions.
Sure.
Justin, I know Justin's been starting to make some noise. Just your overall thoughts on what he's been doing, and I doubt you're very surprised.
No, we're not. He'd be nice senior to sit up here with with these other two right now. I guess it was a pretty wise decision. I saw his money list the other day. He's doing fine. We're doing great. I think one of Sunday when he was at Humana, we were all at the Pate Center, our practice facility, and we were all just gathered around the TV, and pretty much everybody sitting in that chair had played on the team with him or knew him, or he's come back. He's been back to practice with us, and so to see one of your own, and the guys that to do all the stuff and do what he's doing is awesome. I'd be very surprised if he is not a winner very soon on the PGA Tour, and I think gives these guys a lot of motivation. They've got a chance to play and practice with him. They know how good he is, but they also know that they can play with him, and so I think he's just set the bar for these guys, and I know they're looking forward to their time to go out there and whoop him.
Any other questions for you, Coach? For both student athletes, you got practically an all-Alabama roster in the majority. Does that surprise you that many good golfers and some of the ones who've left are also from Alabama have come through this state in that span?
I knew for me personally that I was either just going to come to Alabama and play golf, or just come to Alabama and just be a student. That's just, I didn't want to go anywhere else. But I think it shows how well Coach does recruiting, the in-state guys, and how the guys that are from Alabama do believe in what he says and what we do. I guess we just got a bunch of natural-born Roll Tiders.
There's a lot of talent in Alabama, and it's been that way since I was little. I've always had a lot of competition at state juniors and state amateurs, and they all go to different schools, but most of them choose Alabama, which is the best choice for sure. I wasn't like Tom. I wasn't set on going here at first, but I decided to, and it was the best decision ever.
One I'm sorry, Aaron, real quick on that is, when we recruit young guys, especially, they both have ties to our university through parents or grandparents or whatever it may be. We make sure that that the decision they make is about golf and academics. As I told them, I didn't come here for Alabama football. Now, I love it. If anybody will sit beside me in a game, you'll find out that I'm a pretty good fan. But come here because you believe in the education you're going to get and in what we're going to do on the golf course. Because it's 4 or 5 weekends a year. And so I feel very comfortable, as much as what they said a little bit. They all made a decision to be part of Alabama golf, and then not be part of Alabama football or athletic department, and then play golf. I don't know if that makes sense or not. It's very important that you have that, because there are a lot of people who would love to be on this team. But I would say have that backwards. And the only way they can be, and I think the reason we've been successful within our state is, even though those guys may have had Alabama ties, they truly had Alabama golf is why they came. And I think that's how you build, and that's how we've been successful, and that part I'm very proud of.